Hey there, welcome back to Cognitive Climb. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of psychology and exploring the real-world implications of the Milgram experiment. Back in the 1960s, Stanley Milgram conducted a series of controversial experiments to examine the tendency of individuals to obey authority figures, even when it meant causing harm to others. The setup was simple. Participants were instructed to administer electric shocks to a learner, who was actually an actor, every time they answered a question incorrectly. The shocks started at a mild voltage and increased with each wrong answer. What the participants didn't know was that the shocks were simulated, and the learner was unaware of this as well. The shocking part, pun intended, was that despite the learner's screams of pain and pleas to stop, many participants continued to administer shocks simply because the experimenter, an authority figure in a lab coat, urged them to do so. In fact, a staggering 65% of participants continued to the maximum voltage, labelled XX, which was supposedly lethal. Doesn't that make you question how easily we can be influenced to act against our moral compass under the command of an authority figure? The implications of the Milgram experiment are immense. It challenges our assumptions about human nature and raises important ethical concerns. One of the key takeaways from the experiment is the power of authority. We tend to look up to figures in positions of power and trust their judgment, often letting go of our own moral principles. But why does this happen? Well, it turns out that there are a few factors at play here. First, there is the inherent need to belong and be accepted by a group. When an authority figure is seen as representing the group or having expertise, we are more likely to comply with their demands. Moreover, the experiment also highlights the concept of diffusion of responsibility. Participants may have felt less personally responsible for their actions, as they believed the authority figure would assume the consequences. Now you might be wondering if the Milgram experiment could be replicated in the present day. The short answer is no. Ethical guidelines have evolved significantly since the 1960s, and conducting such an experiment would be considered highly unethical today. Nevertheless, the findings of the original experiment continue to shape our understanding of obedience and conformity. So the next time you find yourself questioning authority, remember the Milgram experiment and the potential impact it can have on our behavior. Thanks for joining us on this intriguing journey into the Milgram experiment. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Cognitive Climb for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious and keep climbing.